Atheists do value logic a lot. They love logic.
I'm biracial.
Welcome back to Church for Atheists. This is the channel where I, a former devout atheist and now converted Catholic, think about atheist YouTubers, things that I used to think when I was an atheist and now revisiting them as a theist. Oh my goodness. We're going to take a look at this video called World's Dumbest Christian Debunks Atheism. Let's take a look.
Thousands of people around the globe are inflicted with the terrible mental disorder called atheism.
Apparently, not hearing voices in your head is a sign that you have a problem.
When religious people say that God spoke to me, what we mean is not that we heard the audible voice of God.
You spoke to God?
But that we understood that something that has been presented to us coincides with the meaning in our life.
A puddle of soup to fish to apes to men.
Yeah, that's not exactly what people think. Evolution has been proven.
Most religious people don't dispute the idea that life evolves. Of course life evolves. What is crazy is to suggest that evolution accounts for life itself. The single-celled organism is the most complex thing on the face of the planet, it seems. It is being likened to a digital supercomputer. Scientists don't even really fully understand just how complex it is. And to say that it happened by chance, by accident.
It was an accident. An accident?
That it was raining on a rock and some carbons went up into the mix and somehow it created a single-celled organism is just insane.
That's insane.
Molecules to man evolution is just silly. Also, I have to say as an aside, what camera could he possibly be filming this on to get such poor quality? Even a BlackBerry should be able to record higher quality video.
BlackBerry? I don't have a BlackBerry.
This is like lower than 144p. This is like 7 pixels.
A lot of atheists will have you think they're logical thinkers, they reason, they're so great as scientists.
Yeah, logic is something we tend to value, and I always go around to people saying, I am so great a scientist.
Atheists do value logic a lot. They love logic.
I'm biracial.
Question for atheists out there, where do you think the laws of logic themselves come from?
Two Muslims disagree, they can go to the Quran. And when two Jews disagree on an issue, they can go to the Torah.
Christians with the Bible, Jews with the Torah, Muslims with the Quran. So they each have their own book that they consult for the truth. But truth is truth. So that means that there should probably only be, I don't know, like one truth.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Jaclyn.
Thank you. The
atheist cannot really justify a universal objective truth, because in order for there to be universal objective truth, the one truth, there needs to be a universal objective standard, i.e. God. So I think that's the point that he's trying to make, but this potato quality video and this weird, even less potato quality arguments is not doing a great job.
Do atheists disagree? Who do they go to? Who do they turn to?
Well, when two atheists disagree, they use their brain. That's this great thing that we have that sometimes we can use if we want.
Oh my god, she's so condescending. Yeah, I know this guy isn't the nicest guy ever. Oh my. There's this brain that we can use, if we want. Just stop it.
Stop it.
Figure out what's right and wrong based off of the society that we live in and the logical processes that go on in our brain telling us that stealing is wrong, rape is wrong, murder is wrong. And
Really? Morality is the conclusion of society and just logical processes? Really? Even if the majority of people in Germany at the time believed that Hitler and the Holocaust and the oppression of Jews was a good thing and that Jews were fundamentally not humans and they needed to be eradicated, that doesn't make the Holocaust right. Everybody understands innately that it's wrong to steal, it's wrong to murder, it's wrong to rape, because it's written on our hearts. But this is not the conclusion of a logical process.
What authority do atheists consistently go to, which is their ultimate authority for how they live their lives?
I've seen so many say things like this. I'm starting to think that religious people have this need to be servile. It's like they need some sort of authority or master telling them what to do because the freedom of making choices on your own is too much of a burden to handle.
Religious people don't have a need to be servile. The reason that we submit ourselves to God is because God is infinitely higher in understanding and knows you better than you could ever know yourself. He crafted you. He built your digestive system, so he knows you. He knows what's good for you, and he knows what's best for you. And the best possible outcome comes through complete submission to him. In the same way that if you're trying to learn mathematics, you shouldn't just try to figure it out on your own.
I figured it out.
You should go talk to somebody who knows a lot about mathematics.
Any atheist to say anything is true or false, they have to step out of their atheism and believe in God when it's convenient for them.
Trust me, no atheist hops back into theism and believes in God whenever they have to make a moral decision.
It's not about hopping back into believing in God and praying to God for a brief moment. It's about making an appeal to God and using assumptions that are fundamentally incompatible with the atheistic worldview in order to make moral decisions. Without a universal, uniform, objective standard like God, there can be no such thing as truth. There can be no such thing as uniformity, induction, the universality of physical laws, which all of science depends upon.
Atheists don't have to deny anything to understand right from wrong. It's something that we just kind of figure out on our own, using that thing I told you about before in our head.
What if I figured out on my own that something that was morally wrong was, in my eyes, morally right?
I figured it out.
And I use my logic and society to come to that conclusion. Wrong things are still wrong, regardless of what societies think, regardless of what governments think.
You could chop somebody's balls off, and it would be completely okay.
Bro, this guy's wildin'.
Let me explain something that's obviously very confusing to this guy. Atheists do believe in truth. That's why we're not religious. We don't believe in a bunch of fairy tales. We actually value reality.
How could you possibly make an appeal to truth if there is no universal objective standard? How can you even value reality itself? How do you know that the laws of logic aren't failing you? Either way, I think Jaclyn Glenn could have done a better job responding to this guy. Maybe I should make a response video to this guy. We need better representatives.
Need to do better.
Thanks so much for watching Church for Atheists. I'm really glad that you were able to join us, especially if you're an atheist. I'll never disable the comments on this video. Please comment down below. You can say ethereal sky daddy, logical fallacy, all the things that you like to say. I love to engage with atheists. I love to talk to atheists. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I don't know. Do dislikes even exist anymore? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, then unhit the notification bell. Get off YouTube and go do something productive with your life or something.